In this video, I'll be sharing various ways by which you can use to gain admission into the medical schools in Nigeria. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I realized that in my class, I observed that all of us, my classmates, we came into medical school in different ways. I know that the most common one that most people know is through Jamb. Like you write your Jamb, write your YEC, you write post-TME, and then you gain admission. There are other ways by which you can use to get admission, gain admission into medical school. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you those ways. And before I go into the video, I just want to say some things. That the reason why you're studying medicine should be, you should have a strong inspiration of why you're coming to medical school. If one of your reasons is because your parents ask you to study medicine, I will advise you to rethink your decision, because it's not your parents that will go through sleepless nights. It's not your parents that will be dissecting cadavers in anatomy labs. It's not your parents that will be going for ward rounds. So make sure that you yourself, you are interested in studying medicine. And also, if one of your reasons to study medicine is because you're looking for money and you think that it's money in medicine, well, I'm here to tell you that especially in Nigeria, where the medical doctors are always like underpaid, I advise you to rethink your decision. That's why most doctors are jackpine. Yeah, I feel that's the only way you can make money in medicine. If you want to jackpine, you stay in Nigeria, especially if you want to practice in Nigeria and you think that you're going to make money. I'm sorry to break this to you. I'll advise you to just go for other easier ways to make money. Okay, you don't need to go through that rigorous process and then spend many years in medical school just because you want to make money. So please don't fall for that trick. So, and I also want you to also understand that in medical school you're going to be spending 6 + X years. Yeah, other courses you spend like 4 or 5 years. In medical school you're spending 6 + X years. And the reason why it's +X, apart from ASU strike and all of that, one of the reasons why it's +X is like 400 level. Especially 400 level is not a session. A normal academic session in Nigeria universities are usually like from 6 months to like 9 months. 400 level alone in my school is 18 months. Yeah, more than a year. So that's to tell you that even without ASU strike and everything, you'll be spending more than 6 years in medical school before you can graduate, and then you do your asthmaship and then you become a medical doctor. So if you are still watching to this point and you have listened to all these my reasons and you still say that yes, you are still interested in medical school, then let's get right straight into the video so I can tell you guys the ways by which you can gain admission into medical school. So the first way is Jamb way. Like that's the most common way of gaining admission. So here you will write your YEC or your NECO. That's your O levels. So in your O levels, you make sure that you have my maths, English, physics, chemistry, biology, and some other courses and some other subjects like that. So you make sure that you have good grades, like target distinction A1 if it's possible. But if you cannot have A1, at least have like B2, B3, and the rest of that. Although not in all medical school are they going to be using O levels. Schools like University of Ibadan now, they don't use O levels for the admission for medicine. They just use their Jamb and their post-TME. But in my school, University of Ilorin, they're going to use your O levels, they're going to use your post-TME score, they're going to use your UTME score. That's your Jamb. So just make sure that whatever school you want to go into, know their process, like the Jamb way, know what they use, like what is their criteria for you to enter into medical school. So make sure you have good grades in your O levels. Then for your Jamb, make sure you score a very high mark. Okay, so most people say that score 100 plus, but it's possible for you to score 100+ and still you're not getting admission into medical school if your O level result is not strong and your post-TME score is not strong. That's why I made a video some times ago about how to score very high mark in your post-TME. I will put somewhere in the description if you want to watch that. So for your Jamb score, of course, if it's possible, me myself, before I could be able to gain admission into medical school, I scored 325. you want to listen to my admission story, I also made a video about that. So if it's something that you are interested in watching, I will link the link. I'll post the link in the description box so that you can like go and check it out. So, and for a post-UTME, if your school is a school that write post-UTME, you will have to score a very reasonable mark today. So by the time they sum everything up and they get your aggregate score, if you can beat the cutoff, your name will be found in the merit list and then you gain admission. But if maybe somehow you could not beat the cutoff for people that are indigenous might be less than the merit cutoff. Let me explain this way. So the states where that university that you're going to, where it's established, if that state is your state of origin, you have higher chance of gaining admission than somebody that came from another state. I hope you get. So that shows it. So for you to gain admission, just make sure that you try your best to beat the cutoff. Once you beat the cutoff, the admission is yours. So that's for JAMB. So JAMB is just you writing your JAMB, writing your O levels, and then writing post-UTME exam, and then sum up the aggregates. If you beat the cutoff, you gain admission. So that's for that. Then there's another way called the JUBEP or IJMB. JUBEP or IJMB way. So that one is you write an exam, and then in the exam will comprise biology, chemistry, and physics. So those 3 subjects, that's what you find in your IJMB or JUBEP. So you make sure that you have, for you to study medicine, the best thing that you can do is for you to have 3 A's, like have A's in the 3 subjects, so that you can have a total points of 16 points, so that it's going to increase your chances of gaining admission into medical school. And in my school, especially University of Ilorin, even after you write in JUBEP and IJMB, you still have to write post-UTME, and then they will add it somehow to get the aggregates, and then you will, if you beat cutoff, you gain admission. So that's for that. Then another way is some people, they have BSc, like they have bachelor degree, first degree in life-related courses or earth-related courses. Life-related courses like maybe microbiology or biochemistry, or earth-related courses like, let's say, physiotherapy, physiology, anatomy, all those kind of courses. Yeah, once they are done studying the course and they have gotten their BSc, they'll come back through direct entry to get into medical school. And I also, in my school too, I know I keep on saying my school because that's where I am, and I'm so sure about how they run their admission process. Like, I know I have much information about it. I'm not an expert, okay, but I am in the system, let me just put it that way, so I know how it runs. So for people that's coming through DE, they also have to write post-UTME, just like people that wrote JUBEP or IJMB. So they also have to write post-UTME exam too. So by the time they sum it up, and I'll advise that anybody that wants to go through this method, it's best that you have first class in that's your first degree, or at least have like second class upper. So that's for that. Then another way is, especially in my school, University of Ilorin, is maybe you applied for medicine and then you're not given that course, and then they give you anatomy or physiology. So that's in my school, University of Ilorin. So you can come in, then if you study really hard and you end up being in the top 10 of your class, you'll be moved from Department of Anatomy or Physiology, you'll be moved to medicine. So these are the different ways by which you can use to gain admission in Nigeria. And I know I talked specifically about University of Ilorin. So if you are watching this and you are from other schools, medical schools in other universities, you can comment in the comment section if there are other ways in your school that people can gain admission into medicine. Because I observed that, and the reason I'm making this video is because I observed that many people just think that, oh, it's just only through JAMB or through JUBEP that you can use to enter medical school. There are other ways by which you can use to enter medical school, and I've shared that in this video. So if you find this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, comment, share to your friends. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.